Hello, everybody. It's Big Al with some more content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. A couple people have asked me to do a comparison video between Dwalin and Gimli. So I figured I would take a quick look and we will compare the two. I took off all the gear from both of them. I have already ascended Gimli to Mythic. Dwalin is awaiting ascension. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to ascend him. But, okay, let's start with if he was ascended. If Dwalin was ascended, he would have 22 to 25 commander damage. His hit points would only be 3,700, and his command would go up to 30. So 22 to 25 damage. Okay, he has one extra on the high end for Gimli. Command, he would have a little bit higher command, but his health points would be almost 1,000 hit points less. Well, with damage dealers, you're going to need a little bit of hit points. Then let's go to the regular stats. Okay, as you see down here, his attack would be Gimli's 98 attack, and his defense is 80. He does have 2 more levels than Dwalin, but that only accounts for, let's see what the bonus is, 0.7 level, so 1.4. So he would be 96 attack and pretty much 78 and a half or so on his defense. So Dwalin would be sitting at 96 and 59. So the attack's about the same, but Gimli has more defense. Focus is 57 and initiative is 16 on Gimli. And then you're looking at 47 and 29. So focus is better on Gimli, but the speed is better on Dwalin. So let's take a look at the skills. Okay, they both have Durin's Blood and Experienced Warrior. Now, let's see what Dwalin's other skills are. Adventure, okay, gives attack to dwarf units, so that doesn't help his damage dealing. Musician, okay, restores hit points. Also purifies 1 debuff at level 5. So Dwalin's trying to keep his troops alive a little bit and also tries to buff his units' attack a little bit. Now we go to Gimli. Durin's Blood and Experienced Warrior. But Gimli has that 3rd damage dealing skill, Lord of the Glittering Caves, which is actually a good damage dealing skill. And then his other one is Lockbearer, which is defense to 3 enemy formations. So overall, Dwalin does have better speed, has 1 extra damage on the high end, and has better command than Gimli. But as a true damage dealer, Gimli has that 3rd damage skill. And that's important on your damage dealers. All of your mainstream damage dealers have a 3rd damage skill. Gimli, Dane, Bjorn, for examples. So, is it worth ascending Dwalin? Not really, because he doesn't have that 3rd damage skill. He could be a tier 2 damage commander, like in a B team. Let me also take a look at his relic. He's got the twin axes. You have your regular stats, but the skill on it, Dwalin normal attacks have a 20% chance of damage dealt plus 16%. To me, that's just not a big enough percentage to want his relic. So 1 out of every 5 rounds, you're getting an extra boost. Now let's take a look at Gimli's. I already own it, but with Gimli's, on base level, once your attack reaches 50 or 100, you're getting an extra 1% damage dealt. Mine's upgraded already a little bit. So he's getting 2% damage dealt no matter what, every round. And then also, he gets Keen Eye when the focus reaches 50. And what Keen Eye is, it ignores the target's evasion. In the old days, it used to be called Pursuit. So when you come down to a comparison, Gimli just beats Dwalin hands down with his relic with the third damage skill. And the way you want to, for both of them, they would both use the same kind of gear. You want gear that is commander attack and commander damage on the weapon and the accessory. I like to use a unit defense armor on my damage dealers. I like to try to keep my units alive. As gear effects, it comes down to personal preference in a lot of the gear effects. For damage dealers, I like a little bit of added defense because, again, I want to keep my troops alive because I'll keep my commander alive longer to deal more damage. Some people like Sharp Blade to get the extra attack. Some people like Warcry for the first 3 rounds get added physical damage. It comes down to your formation and your personal preference, what you're trying to do inside your formation. With me running Frodo, it's all about longevity and giving my commanders more rounds to live and deal more damage. So between Dwalin and Gimli, even with them both being mythic, Gimli is the way to go if you have that choice. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.